Hello, yes, it is me. It is currently 2 a.m. in the morning, yeah, and I was like, you know what, I should probably sleep, but you know what's better than sleeping? Ranting online in my public diary. And I'm not gonna advertise this video. I'm not gonna like tell my friends like, oh my god, go watch this. Why? Mostly because I don't want them to. And if you're watching this and you're my friend, then it's fine, I guess. Um, but I don't really care, I guess. But I just wanted to like, I really don't even know what the point of this was. I was just kind of thinking, like, damn, I need to make something like this. Like, I need to just have a proper fucking rant because I hate to admit it, but like I am such an angry person. And these are like such big emotions, and I'm like, you know what? I can't be having these big emotions alone. Like the world needs to know. That is so stupid. And I'm like, I don't want to like think before I talk, because of like when I make these kind of videos, I like think so much before I talk. I'm like always just trying to like say the right thing, or kind of just like enunciate things right, or like make sure to like pronounce and not stutter or whatever. Like I don't care about any of that. I'm doing this kind of just for the passion of it. Like I just want to talk about shit. And I'm in a car, and I kind of I just have this kind of just censorship, I think, all the time when I speak, which is obviously so normal. I think if you don't have a censorship when you talk, and you don't like just try to kind of contain yourself or have like a filter, I guess is what I'm trying to say, then that's kind of like weird and that's not normal. But I was just realizing like, damn, it'd be really, really good just to kind of just talk freely and not have that kind of filter, like even for now. And if I have to cut out anything after, I can. And I'm not saying this because I be saying some crazy shit, right? I think some people are like this and they just have like fucking crazy thoughts and they're like, oh, I just want to murder everybody. I'm not like that, but at the same time, I think society has normalized just such a normal way of thinking, you know? It's just like so bland, so healthy, which I'm not like, I think that's good in a way. Like, yeah, I think we should normalize like healthy, like normal fucking thinking, right? Especially like around kids, like, oh, the weather's so great, oh, all of this is awesome. But at the same time, like, I think just having normal fucking thoughts is so crazy. And I'm not gonna give examples, I don't have any examples. I'm just hoping that somebody understands me. And because sometimes I feel like I'm just like really alone with these kind of thoughts, which I know I'm not. This is making me sound like I'm suicidal. Dude, if I'm ever suicidal, like just one thing that I know from suicidal people and like just from being suicidal is that nobody talks about it when they're about to kill themselves. Like like genuinely, I did not tell anybody. And I hate talking about like my suicide story, my suicide journey. Oh my fucking god. No, but I hate talking about that because it's like I just kind of like to imagine it just never happened, because it's just so genuinely scary to imagine like what if I actually went through with it and I'm just not here anymore. Like my family would just be in shambles. My sister, I don't know what the hell she would do without me, and all my friends. And that's just kind of crazy to me because it's so easy to kill yourself. It's so fucking easy, and it's just, and I'm not saying this to motivate people, but it's crazy how fast people can go. Like genuinely, one day, like you could like one day you could just be hanging out with someone and the next they're gone, and it's like, And I'm so lucky to have never experienced that, because I know so many people, not so many, but like a good amount of people who just genuinely had somebody so important in their life just disappear one day and never come back. Like, obviously I'm referring to death or stuff like that, right? But I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel real to me because it never happened to me. I never had somebody that important in my life go away, except for me, I guess. But really, it's just, I'm even debating on posting this just because it's just so crazy and I just have so much to say, and I feel like it's just so personal, and I don't know how much I want the whole world knowing this. I think this is just more for me. But have you ever thought about that? Like, basically everything on social media and everything posted is basically for external validation, but is it possible to ever just post something just for, I don't know, the fun of it, not for external validation? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you have like literally nobody viewing your videos, but I don't know. I've been off my medication for 2 days now, and this is a phase that I go through for sure. It's like I start talking very fast. I start having so much things I need to say, all these emotions, and not even in a bad way necessarily. I mean, a lot of these emotions are negative and like anger, I feel, but I feel so much more alive. Like, I feel more conscious of myself, and I hate to be like, I know I should take my medication. I know that they're prescribed to me for a like damn reason, you know? But I just never I never thought it was that necessary to have in my life until I stopped taking it, and I had to retake it again because like nothing, I didn't really feel in control. I still don't really feel in control, which is why I can't go to sleep, because my thoughts are racing and I'm having a migraine right now. But like, I literally don't care because I just feel like I'm exploding right now, and I feel like I have just so much to do, so much to say. I feel manic. Genuinely, I feel manic. I feel unstoppable. I feel like I'm God. And I don't know really how to deal with this. It's 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. I need to calm down. I need to just do something, which is why I don't know. I guess I'm hoping that this, like, video thing could be more relatable, but I don't know. Maybe. I just, am I relatable? Ever? Or are these just all, like, my own thing? I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm, like, so original and so crazy, like that I'm the only one to feel these only things, but it's just, I think, especially just because of how like censored everybody is. Everybody has a fucking filter on, and they don't say anything that ever happens, or like anything that they ever feel, and it never feels that dramatic, which makes you in turn feel crazy when you're feeling all these crazy feelings. So you're like, okay, damn, nobody else feels this. And if you feel that, then I feel that too. And you're like, oh my God, I'm not alone. And that's something that people say a lot. They're like, oh, you're not alone. You're not alone. I understand you. I feel this too. But you never really believe it until you see it. And I don't know, maybe I'm something that you can see. Hello, I'm physical. Is this like I will post this hopefully to have like 14 views, all people I don't know. But if this ever like genuinely, holy shit, I just heard the noise. But if this ever genuinely like blows up, I'm gonna have to delete it at one point, because this is gonna fucking ruin my digital footprint. And that's crazy to think about, because this shouldn't ruin my digital footprint. This is just me honestly, like, speaking. I'm not even saying anything offensive. I'm not even saying anything too crazy, but people are going to think I'm crazy for this. People aren't going to, I'm going to have opportunities shut off for me, closed off for me, just because of my mental health and the way I'm feeling and the way I'm expressing myself. I hate that. I hate that. I hate the way that the world is just formed right now, and I hate so much about it, and I wish I could just change all of it and just make it better. But I know that even if I tried to do that, it would still be all fucked up, because I'm fucked up, humans are fucked up, and I just don't like that. I wish everything could just be perfect. But oh my god, my head hurts so much. And I don't know. Emotions are so complex, because even though it seems like I'm crashing out right now, I don't feel really that negative or horrible. I'm just literally speaking out my mind. But I know that this would be viewed as something very negative and horrible because of how much it would just disturb people who don't understand this, you know? And it's kind of like that saying, like, oh, this comforts the disturbed and disturbs the comforted, whatever. But I find so much truth in that, because there are things that I don't relate to that genuinely disturb me and make me feel uncomfortable. Like, I see people with certain conditions that I've never even felt or been through, and I feel uncomfortable and I feel bad for them, and I just feel a little bit weirded out. And I hate to admit that, but I know that that's also just how other people could feel about me. Obviously they not a lot, because I'm not obviously like this all the time. I have my own like censoring and filter, but I think if everybody just acted the way that they felt to act and just expressed themselves so much more like how they wanted to express themselves, and maybe this wouldn't be such a big issue, you know, and maybe people just wouldn't be always like just judging you and nitpicking you and just feeling disturbed by you, even though you can't even really control the way you are. And this is, oh my god, I wish that like medication was so much more rarer to obtain, because I know for a fact that there are so many, okay, not rarer, I think there are so many diagnoses for people that don't need it just because they have a little bit of their quirks, or they show a little bit of maybe like symptoms that kind of match a certain thing, like, oh, ADHD, autism, right? And then they get like medicated, or they start feeling insecure and like just changing everything about themselves just because they don't fit society perfectly. And there's obviously like conditions that I think you have to work around. Oh my god, did I just see a mouse? Holy shit, bro, this place is disgusting. But I'm just saying, there are obviously like conditions that you need to work around and you need to get medication for, and it's just going to increase your quality of life so much better, and the medication is for yourself and not for society. But I feel like it's not like that most of the time, and there is a lot of things that are just distributed out to people just so that they can conform a little bit easier with the rest of the people. And oh my goodness, I'm off my medication, and I know I sound so fucking crazy, but I've never had a coherent thought like this in so long. I have never been so concentrated in just getting my point across like this, and you've seen me literally talk about anything else, and I'm never this focused. I'm always just daydreaming about something else, or just choosing and picking my words, or being anxious about this, being anxious about that. And I don't know why I'm just so motivated to like just talk and get like my thoughts out, but I don't know if this is just like a side effect of me like withdrawals. It probably is. Like, I know it's happened to me before, but like at the same time I just have stuff to say, and I feel like I haven't talked about serious things like this in just a long time. Yeah. No, but genuinely, censorship is just the most horrible thing ever. And um I was just telling this guy, like, there's so much media, so much, like, if you look in movies, games, songs, everything is just changed so that it fits, like, this idea of not getting canceled or not, or just appealing to the general public. And it's this like huge capitalism thing. And oh my god, I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but bear with me, because they're, like, everything that is made by companies is just for the intent of getting monetary gain. And I hate that, because there's so much more to creation, to creativity, to art than just getting money for it. And I would know, because I've been trying to get money off of my art accounts, off of fucking everything that I do. I've just given up on all of that, because that, like, it's not as fulfilling as just doing stuff for yourself. Yes, would I be very happy if I could make money off of pieces and doing commissions? Yes, that would be awesome for me. I'm a high school student. I'm about to go to uni. I need to save up money. I need money for stuff, okay? And you need money, like, just to live, to do fucking anything. But at the same time, I just think art is one of those things that you cannot be only focusing on money for. I understand for business, for anything else, like, okay, sure, but for art, like, you are literally meant to express yourself without any censorship, without any, like, limitations, just because you're scared, like, of like, a lack of business opportunities, or like a lack of or just cancel culture and stuff like that, right? I just hope I'm getting my point across. I'm, like, starting to buffer, but I hope that whoever's watching this gets me. Another fear that I just really have is kind of parasocial relationships. Not with, like, people I really don't know, because I don't really give a fuck. I don't care if there's people across the world watching this and they just relate to this and they're like, oh my god, I know so much about her. No, you don't. You don't know so much about me. You don't know how I'm like in real life. You don't know how I actually, like, behave outside of, like, this screen, which is so good to me. Like, that's the extent of how I want people to view me. But when you know me outside of content and outside of all of that, and then you also see me through, like, this lens, that's too much. That's too much knowledge about me that's not comfortable to me. And that's kind of scary. And I think that obviously comes, like, I need to just accept that people I know in real life will view this if I post this. Like, there's bound to be at least one person that I maybe know, not even that well in, like, real life, who could see this, right? And that just comes with, like, what I do here, right? And just, like, even my podcast that I do with my friend, there are a lot of people who I don't actually know that well, but that would know me a lot better if they viewed these podcast things. And I'm just not comfortable with that, but I kind of have to accept that if I want to do this. And, like, that's genuinely my passion. I just love talking and sharing my feelings, and just this whole expression thing is just so important to me. I don't know if you understand, but it just defeats kind of, like, the whole purpose of life. Oh, the light just went off. It defeats the whole purpose of life if the only thing you do is for money, and you die alone only working for money and not for yourself and not for expression. It is so useless, and it's disgusting to me how people are just so money hungry. It's nauseating. There is too much stuff that is just centered around money, centered around capitalism. That is not what humans are meant to be doing, like, here on Earth. That just, it makes life here fucking hell, bro. And I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I don't even have to worry about money that much, and I can actually strive to, like, complete more things that I'm more passionate about. like this and like my art and music and all of that. But I know that there are so many people that have so much passion to do stuff like same as me, and they just fucking can't because they have to be focused on making money and doing all this and fucking living their life because they don't make enough money, and they're just born that way, born in a family who can't make money, and they just have to work their asses off and not live their life properly because they need money, because they live in this capitalist society. They live in this world that's so centered around money, and I hate it. And I don't know, but I feel like it's a burden that I have to fix. I feel like I need to do something personally to just make sure that everybody's content and everybody has enough money and everybody could just do their passion and just express. I want to like fix all of this. I want to make self-expression and art something so much bigger for everybody, even bigger than money. If we could just trade just like, I don't know, art and creation and stuff instead of these dollar bills, that would just make life so much, just the quality of life so much better. Nobody would be mentally ill like this. Nobody would, like, I was working at a pharmacy, every 5 people got prescribed antidepressants, right? And it's, I never knew to what point society was depressed until I worked there. Everybody is prescribed antidepressants. Everybody is depressed. And it's no surprise. This world is literally so horrible right now. And I don't think I could ever speak on any other generation like, oh, this generation was so much better and never relied on money. No, the world always relied on money. And I'm just so surprised to how nobody ever did anything about it. How has nobody come to the same realization that I have and not done anything about it? And I don't know what they're supposed to do about it. Like, we have gone so far into whatever the hell we've gone through. I don't know how you're supposed to just get rid of capitalism, get rid of money, get rid of all of this. But I feel like it should have happened, you know? If we've landed on the moon already, why can't we just, you know, I don't know. It's easier said than done, like, for sure, I guess. Just completely deconstructing a capitalist society, but I hate it. And I don't actually think about this that often. I've just kind of started realizing about it now, but it's just something I'm so passionate about. I just love, I don't even know how to explain it, but I just love people who do stuff not for money, but just because their stuff has soul, you know? It just has soul. It just has beauty. And they just do it because that's their sole purpose in life, is just to make stuff, to create for the, like, sake of creating. And I just, yeah. I mean, it's a huge, it's a great thing if your creation can bring comfort to someone else, can, like, somebody else can kind of profit off of what you make, not in like a money sense, obviously. If you've been listening to like any of this, obviously not in a money sense, but just like feel happiness, or even just feel a little bit of relatability in like whatever you did, right? Like, that's such a rewarding thing. But if you're just doing that only for the purpose of other people to feel stuff, what are you even doing? Have you even considered yourself? And that's just so much of what everything is today. You look at Netflix shows, you look at, I don't know why I said specifically Netflix, but you look at anything that's just like targeted to the public, it lacks soul now, because it's just people trying to target a bigger audience. And people think that big audience, they think that that's what they want. That they think that that's what they want to see. They think that that's what's the best to indulge in, right? But they don't know that, because that's the only shit that's being fed to them. because they only look at these things that are like provided to them by bigger companies, by bigger entertainment centers, by bigger artists, by bigger everything. They don't actually know what they're into because of censorship, and because smaller companies, smaller creators, they obviously can't share all their stuff as much as they'd like to, because guess what, they don't have enough money to. They don't have enough people to just like share their content with, because they can't access that many people. And so it's just kind of morphing everybody into a different kind of the same person. And I wouldn't mind that if I thought that all those people were just genuinely comfortable and just found their own artistic like thing in that. Like if the whole mainstream music and shows and video games, if it genuinely like fulfilled people and just inspired them in a way that just like hit them, you know, like I don't need, like when you feel that type of just like inspiration, when you see something that's just truly beautiful, that's just truly art, you know how it feels, right? But I'm just so like I grieve for the people who haven't felt that, just because they're only seeing mainstream stuff because corporate fucking things could just shove whatever the hell they want to shove in people's faces, and they're like, okay, yeah, I guess that this is what I have to like now, and then that's all they do, that's all they like. They don't even have their own personality, they don't have their own style, and they don't think that that's such a big thing to them because they've never really felt that, or they end up feeling it but just very later on in their life, and they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I could love something this much because I was busy kind of just conforming. And I hate to sound like that emo kid who's like, oh my god, I'm a non-conformer, I'm a non-thing. No, I still love some things that are mainstream, that a lot of people enjoy, simply just because they're good and I like them. But do they hit me in that same way that more niche things just, again, like just inspire me? No, I don't. Like, they just don't. I have like my own things that just really hit me. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't have the words for it. But I just find like very rarely are they actually like things that are advertised to the public. Very rarely. Most of the time, there are things made by small creators who don't actually have an intent to share their stuff with like the whole world, to make money out of it, right? It's just they want to make something that's authentic to them, and people end up seeing it and they're like, wait, that's kind of authentic to me too, right? And then that's when you like really relate to something. That's when something's genuinely beautiful, and that's when you can actually properly appreciate art, when you just fully relate to it and you understand it, or you interpret it in a way that just fits so well to like your experience and your life. But how are you going to feel that when you're just watching things that are so bland, so censored, so like I don't know, so censored, so, you get what I mean though. Like I've been oh my god, that's all I've been talking about so far. It's just, we need things that are more real, you know, like this. And is anybody going to genuinely watch this for entertainment? I don't know. Is anybody actually going to enjoy this whole discussion that I'm talking about? No, I don't know, maybe. And if they do, then that's really good and I'd be honored. But at the end of the day, I think I'm just going to post this mostly for myself and for any other person that could possibly relate to it and have that sort of like moment, you know, when they see someone and they're like, oh my goodness, or not someone, but see something and they're like, oh my goodness, I just relate to this so much. And they have that moment kind of where they just fully appreciate someone's creativity. I don't know if you can actually realistically just fully appreciate something in the way that is intended, but I don't know, I want to get as close as there as possible, and I just want to find something that's just so perfect, you know? And I know for a fact that that's not going to be made by some big company. And if it is, then I'm impressed. And maybe the world is healing, but you know, just from what I've seen, nothing that inspiring, nothing that creative has ever come from a big company, a big corporation, a big team. Especially one that like strives to get sponsors and get fame and get all of that. There are still some really good games that I do enjoy, but they don't hit me in that way that like indie games do, you know? I love indie games. I love small artists. I love them because, especially the ones that aren't trying to get famous, just because they have that sort of passion. And I want to be like that. And even if I do end up getting famous, which I don't know, okay? I want to always keep that kind of creativity that I have right now. And I never want to lose it. It's too good. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Okay, that is the end of me kind of just saying whatever comes to mind. I think that I got it all out of my system. Anyways, I'm going to go back to enjoying Love Island. I'm going back to watching very big shows on Netflix and pretending like I didn't even say any of this right now. No, but genuinely I'm just too passionate about this, and I was talking to someone who I don't even think really cared about it, which honestly, like, that's fine, you don't have to, but it's something that's so big to me, and I'm like, I need to share this, I need to talk about this, and I need other people to hear this too, not to influence people into like thinking like me, because I know that that's just such a huge thing on the internet right now, is just influencing people and giving your own opinion because you just want more people to validate how you feel, and I hate that too also. But I was like, you know what, just might as well just share how I feel or how I just think of some stuff, because there's no real reason, just because I can, just because I have free speech, just because I want to share. And this is kind of like art to me. Maybe like a very strange type of art, but this is me creating something and putting it out there. But yeah, if you did watch this, then thanks for watching.